on Jammu and Kashmir. The probe into the white-collar terror module has widened. The Counter-Intelligence Kashmir, CIK, has conducted fresh raids today at the residence of a doctor in Anantnag's Malknag area. And officials say a woman doctor from Haryana had been staying in the house as a tenant. A mobile phone has been recovered from the premises and it has been sent for forensic analysis. Meanwhile, in another dramatic development from Kazigund, where dry fruit seller Bilal Ahmed Wani attempted self-immolation shortly after being detained for questioning in the same case, and Bilal Ahmed and his son Jasir Bilal were picked up by the police for their suspected links to the terror network. He is currently undergoing treatment at the GMC hospital in Anantnag, and doctors say his condition is stable. His son remains in custody. Wani is a neighbor of the module's key accused, Dr. Muzaffar, and rather believed to have fled to Afghanistan. Muzaffar's younger brother, Dr. Adil Rathar, was also arrested earlier this month from Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh. The investigation continues to tighten the news around what officials describe as a sophisticated interstate white-collar terror network involving medical professionals and foreign handlers. This is another major development that we are tracking. Rapidly widening tremors inside Jammu and Kashmir's security grid. A probe that is now exposing the underbelly of an alleged white-collar terror machine operating far beyond the valley. It's operating across the nation in multiple states. And today, Counterintelligence Kashmir has launched yet another strike, a fresh raid in Anantnag's Malknag area at the residence of a local doctor. And the investigators have found a mobile phone and they have sent it for forensic analysis. Well, that was from Anantnag. Let's now focus on Srinagar, where police have uncovered a white-collar terror module led by a group of doctors, and officials say the network had been scouting for a suicide bomber since last year, with key planner Dr. Umar Nabi pushing the idea. And the investigators believe that Umar was the main man and he was the one who was driving the explosives-laden car that blew up near the Red Fort on November 10th. And based on the interrogation of co-accused doctors, police detained a man named Jasir from Kazigund. He admitted that he had met the group at a mosque in Kulgam and was later taken to a rented accommodation linked to the module at Al Falah University in Faridabad. So this is a terror module that was run not by wanted terrorists, not by underground handlers, but by doctors, educated professionals who weaponized their positions of trust. And according to the investigators, this network had been quietly hunting for a suicide bomber for nearly a year. And at the heart of it is Dr. Umar Nabi, the man police believe died driving an explosives-laden car that blew up near the Red Fort on November 10th. And the web is widening, viewers, because the police have detained Jasir from Kazigund after co-accused doctors spilled crucial details during the interrogation. Jasir has admitted that he met the group at a Kulgam mosque and was then taken all the way to a rented hideout linked to the module inside Al Falah University in Faridabad. And there, the investigators claim that Umar spent months trying to psychologically break him down, pushing him towards becoming a suicide bomber, and others in the group allegedly tried to recruit him as an overground worker for the banned Jaish-e-Mohammed outfit. But the plot collapsed because Jasir backed out of the plan, saying that suicide was forbidden and he didn't have the means to carry out what they demanded. So this has raised massive questions. How did a terror module operate from a university space? How did trained doctors turn into radical planners? And how close was this gang to carrying out another major attack? The plan collapsed because Jasir, the man they had planned to turn into a suicide bomber, backed out at the last moment, saying that suicide was forbidden and he lacked the financial means to carry out what they were demanding. That's the latest that we are tracking at the moment. Probe has shifted to Kazigund, where a man named Jasir has now been detained. Meanwhile, there are major revelations about terrorist Dr. Umar ul Nabi as well. Probes suggest that Umar used to brainwash people and tried to radicalize a fellow doctor as well. A similar case of what happened with Jasir. And information obtained suggests that Umar, the terror doctor, was actively attempting to radicalize and recruit individuals across multiple states. His targets were specifically students, their junior colleagues, and vulnerable youth. The police are now searching for these individuals and questioning some of the suspects who were detained. Meanwhile, Delhi police has also recovered three 9mm caliber cartridges at the car blast site, 2 live and 1 is an empty shell. And these cartridges are prohibited for civilian use and are typically restricted for security forces or individuals with special authorization only. Only security forces and those with special authorization can use the 9mm cartridges, but shockingly, these cartridges, 2 of them which were full and 1 empty cartridge shell was found at the blast site. So investigations are ongoing and the focus is on how the cartridges ended up at the blast site. The most important aspect is, of course, the fact that the police did not find any pistol or any weapon at the scene, because these cartridges were found laying in this particular blast site, and the weapon that used to fire them has not yet been recovered or even found by the police. Sources also say that they checked the cartridges of their staff that was present at the scene and none of their cartridges were missing. So this means that the 9mm cartridges that were recovered are also part of the blast, the terror plot that involved Dr. Nabi, who was driving the I-20 with explosives laden in that car and then exploded outside the Red Fort, which resulted in massive casualties. The police are now trying to determine how these cartridges arrived and whether they fell from the I-20 car after the blast. Here's a complete ground report.
लाल किले के सामने हुए ब्लास्ट को आज 7 दिन हो चुके हैं। एजेंसीज लगातार इस ब्लास्ट की तमाम जो परतें हैं उसको खोलने में जुटी हुई है, लेकिन सबसे चौंकाने वाली बात यह है कि लाल किले के ठीक सामने हुए ब्लास्ट के फौरन बाद यहां पर जांच कर रही पुलिस और एजेंसीज को 9mm के 3 कारतूस मिले थे, जिनमें 2 जिंदा थे जबकि 1 इस्तेमाल किया हुआ उसका खोखा था। ये वो जगह है जहां से लाल किले के सामने जब ब्लास्ट हुआ तो यहीं से ठीक ये तीनों कारतूस मिले थे। अब सवाल खड़ा होता है कि आखिर ये कारतूस यहां पर कहां से आए और किसके थे। दरअसल 9mm के जो कारतूस है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा सोफिस्टिकेटेड होते हैं, इसको आम इंसान इस्तेमाल नहीं करता है, ये किसी को लाइसेंस इसका नहीं मिलता, बल्कि इन गोलियों का इस्तेमाल सिर्फ पुलिस या फिर फोर्स करती है। साफ हो चुका है जांच में अभी तक कि ये पुलिस का कारतूस नहीं था 9mm, तो आखिर ये जो 9mm के कारतूस थे वो यहाँ पर कैसे पहुँचे। एजेंसीज को शक है कि ये कारतूस 9mm के उमर के हो सकते हैं और ब्लास्ट के बाद कोई साजिश रही होगी। गाड़ी के अंदर ये कारतूस थे जो कि उस वक्त यहाँ पर मौजूद थे और जब ब्लास्ट हुआ तो लगभग 350 मीटर दूर तक ये जो गाड़ी के पार्ट्स थे, जो बॉडीज़ के पार्ट्स थे, वो सब उड़ करके गए थे। तो जो पुलिस को शक हो रहा है कि ये कारतूस भी उमर के साथ गाड़ी में मौजूद थे और जो यहाँ पर छटक कर उस वक्त गिर चुके थे। तो लेकिन इसके साथ ही कोई भी हथियार आसपास पुलिस को 9mm का नहीं मिला है। ये कारतूस किसके थे, ये बड़ा सवाल है, क्या इस्तेमाल होना था। लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं इस कारतूस के राज जो आतंकी उमर है उससे जुड़ते हुए अब पुलिस को नजर आ रहे हैं।
Now let's put the spotlight back on the Al-Falah University, because the investigation continues in Delhi terror attack, and Javed Ahmed Siddiqui, the founder and managing trustee of Al-Falah University in Faridabad, is now in focus. Siddiqui's name surfaced after several doctors linked to this white-collar terror module were found working at the university. And reports say that Siddiqui has been associated with 9 companies connected to the Al-Falah Charitable Trust, which had interests in education, software, finance, and also energy. His older criminal cases have also drawn attention. According to the police records, an FIR accused Siddiqui of cheating investors of 7.5 crore rupees through forged documents. He was arrested in 2001 and denied bail in 2003 after forensic findings pointed to forged signatures. He was granted bail, however, in 2004 after agreeing to repay these investors because he had duped them of 7.5 crore rupees. And many of the companies linked to him remained active until around 2019. And now the status of many of these companies are inactive. Some of them have shut down or they have gone underground and have become inactive. This is the latest revelation. Javed Ahmed Siddiqui, who's another key cog in this terror design, is also under severe scrutiny. Now, the Jaish angle. As Delhi blast probe widens, central investigation agencies are probing whether hawala or illegal money channels were used to fund this terror module, and the investigations have revealed that terrorist Dr. Umar received approximately 20 lakh rupees through illegal financial channels, and some hawala dealers have also been detained and are being questioned. Investigators are now mapping the money trail, suspecting that it was funneled specifically to procure materials, explosive ones, and support logistical planning for the terror plot. The probe also reveals that the accused doctors purchased large quantities of fertilizers in cash from New in Haryana. It was from a market in New that they purchased these large quantities of fertilizer, and that too full in cash. So this is another angle that is currently under the lens of the investigators. Terror funding, the funding source, the network and the channels that were used to fund Dr. Umar are now under the scanner. Now, in another major revelation in the Delhi blast case, Umar Nabi, the terror doctor at the heart of the Delhi terror plot, hid in Hidayat Colony in Haryana's New for 10 days before the incident, and investigators have found an electrician associated with the Al Falah University to have helped him rent a room in Hidayat Colony. The house is located on the Delhi Alwar Road. The building that you can see on your screens is that very residence of Dr. Umar Nabi, the man who carried out the terror attack in Delhi near the Red Fort. And according to police sources, on November 10th, this terror doctor left his rented accommodation with explosive materials in his I-20. And Dr. Umar's car has also been captured entering the colony in a CCTV installed in the vicinity, and that too in an ultrasound clinic in New. However, police is yet to trace the route he took from there, and sources say the owner of the house has been detained for questioning on what prompted him to give the accommodation to Dr. Nabi, terror Dr. Nabi. And before the blast, Dr. Umar, the terror doctor, also went to New to withdraw money from an ATM, and probably this is the same money that was used to procure these fertilizers in large quantities. A CCTV has also captured him at the ATM. Teams conducted searches of quarters where doctors associated with Umar and Muzammil live in Al Falah University campus, and also rooms of students and interns who worked with the two doctors. Here's a ground report from heart of Haryana in New.
आपको तस्वीरें दिखाएं तो देखिए यहाँ पर एसटीएफ भी आई हुई है। दरअसल खबर ये थी कि जो आतंकी डॉक्टर उमर है उसने ब्लास्ट से पहले नूह की हिदायत कॉलोनी में, सामने जो आप ये मकान देख रहे हैं, आप संजीव तरह क्लोज करके दिखाइए, यहाँ पर जो है टीम जो पहुँची है अभी, क्योंकि खबर ये थी कि डॉक्टर उमर जो है वो इसी इलाके में किराए पर रह रहा था और इसका भी कनेक्शन जो है वो अल फलाह यूनिवर्सिटी से, वहाँ का जो टेक्नीशियन था उसकी साली का मकान था। तो यहाँ पर बताया जा रहा है कि जो डॉक्टर उमर है वो इसी जगह पर किराए पर रह रहा था। ब्लास्ट वाले समय से पहले भी जो है वो इस इलाके में आया था और उसकी सीसीटीवी पाई गई है। अब फिलहाल देखिए यहाँ पर जो है हरियाणा एसटीएफ पहुंची है जांच के लिए। आप देखेंगे कि पूरा जो इलाका है कॉर्डन ऑफ एक तरीके से कर दिया गया है, हर तरफ जो है सुरक्षाकर्मी यहाँ पर मौजूद है और फिलहाल एसटीएफ ये पता करने की कोशिश कर रही है कि आखिर ये मकान है इसका इस्तेमाल किस चीज़ के लिए किया जा रहा था, क्या हाइड आउट के लिए था या फिर जिस तरीके से फर्टिलाइज़र ख़रीदने की बात जो है वो आ रही थी नूह से, तो उसको यहाँ पर क्या वो इकट्ठा करता। तमाम चीज़ों को लेकर के फ़िलहाल यहाँ पर जो है जाँच एजेंसी जो है वो जांच कर रही है। एक बार आप संजीत आगे जूम करके दिखा दीजिए, जो आला अधिकारी हैं यहाँ पर हरियाणा की भी, वो भी यहाँ पर पहुँचे हैं, जांच की जा रही है। और ये उमर का एक अन्य ठिकाना है जिसको वो नूह में इस्तेमाल किया करता था। तो फिलहाल उस एक्सक्लूसिव हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं वो जगह जहाँ पर आतंकी उमर जो है ब्लास्ट से पहले की तैयारी और साथ ही साथ में ब्लास्ट के दिन से पहले भी यहाँ आने की उसकी बात की जा रही है। और देखिए फिलहाल यहाँ पर जो जांच एजेंसी हैं उन्होंने पूरा इस इलाके को घेरा हुआ है और यहाँ पर जो है अब जांच की जा रही है। जो मकान आप देख रहे हैं सामने, देखिए जूम करके दिखाई संजीत, जिस मकान को खोला जा रहा है वो कमरा देखिए, उसी में बताया जा रहा है कि जो आतंकी उमर है उसने लिया हुआ था, अल फला के ही टेक्नीशियन था, उसकी साली का ये मकान है जहाँ पर जो है ये आतंकी उमर जो है उसने इसको किराए पर लिया था। बताया जा रहा है कि तकरीबन 2 हफ्ते पहले ब्लास्ट से किराए पर लिया जा रहा था। फिलहाल यहाँ पर जो सबूत है उनको तलाशा जा रहा है। तो फिलहाल ये दिखा रहे हैं आपको एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीर हिदायत कॉलोनी जहाँ पर आतंकी उमर जो है उसका ठिकाना था।
Meanwhile, the Haryana Special Task Force investigating the Delhi Red Fort blast case reached the Al Falah University for further interrogation of the suspects who are detained. And widening their investigation, the STF picked up a taxi operator near the university and took him to an undisclosed location for questioning in Gurugram. The NIA, as we speak, is interrogating him because the agency has suspected that terrorists may have used his taxis to commute while planning the entire operation. Here's another ground report.
नवंबर को दिल्ली में लाल किले के सामने हुए ब्लास्ट की जांच लगातार जारी। इस वक्त मौजूद हैं फरीदाबाद की अल फलाह यूनिवर्सिटी के ठीक सामने और देखिए एसटीएफ के जो लोग हैं वो आसपास के इलाके में भी पूछताछ कर रहे हैं। आपको सामने नज़र आएंगे तो एसटीएफ हरियाणा की टीम है जो कि इस पूरे इलाके में ना सिर्फ पहले यूनिवर्सिटी में जांच कर रही थी, अब देखिए आसपास की जो दुकानें हैं उन पर भी यहाँ पर जांच की जा रही है, पूछताछ की जा रही है। क्योंकि खबर ये भी है कि जो डॉक्टर उमर था जिसने इस ब्लास्ट को अंजाम दिया है वो कई फ़ोनों का इस्तेमाल कर रहा था, वो अभी तक जो है पुलिस को मिले नहीं हैं। साथ में उसके आने जाने का समय से लेकर तमाम चीज़ें, और क्योंकि वो इस जगह पर आता जाता था, काम करता था, तो यहाँ पर जो आसपास की दुकानें हैं वहाँ पर उसका क्या वास्ता था, तमाम चीज़ों को लेकर के यहाँ पर हरियाणा एसटीएफ की जो टीम है वो लगातार पूछताछ कर रही है और ये तलाश कर रही है कि आखिर कहाँ कहाँ वो उस वक्त गया था। क्योंकि आप इस मामले में देख सकते हैं कि जिस तरीके से ब्लास्ट को अंजाम देने से पहले खबर ये भी आ रही है कि वो नूह भी गया था, फिरोजपुर जिला गया था, और अब ऐसे में तमाम जो भी उससे जुड़े हुए लोग हैं उनसे लगातार हरियाणा एसटीएफ पूछताछ कर रही है ताकि इस बात का खुलासा हो सके कि इस मामले में जो है क्या उसके साथ कोई और भी शामिल था।
Tamil Nadu's political heat is rising as TVK has staged statewide protests today against the SIR of electoral rolls. The party alleges serious lapses in the door-to-door verification process and fears that thousands of eligible voters could be left out. And responding sharply, DMK leader TKS Elangovan says TVK skipped the earlier all-party meeting and is now protesting only with elections in mind. He added that TVK does not understand politics and is simply following the instructions of Vijay. These are the pictures coming in from Tamil Nadu. This was the protest that the TVK staged against the SIR process.
All-party meeting, they didn't attend. Now they have understood that this has something to play in the elections. So they are conducting it separately. What can we say? They don't know politics. The problem is that the TVK doesn't know what politics is at all. They are only fans of an actor. So they do whatever the leader says.
Well, my colleague Toya Jakshi Shekhar is joining me live from Tamil Nadu. Toya, there are statewide protests that have been launched by TVK, Vijay's party, and now DMK has gone all guns blazing, claiming that TVK, which skipped all the all-party meetings, is suddenly waking up to the reality of SIR.
Well, yeah, Deepak, the TVK, which led by actor cum politician Vijay, held a major statewide protest today against the SIR of the electoral rolls, alleging serious irregularities and political conspiracy, to misuse the process for manipulation of genuine voters and the addition of fraudulent names. Now, the primary demonstration which happened in Chennai, in Shivananda, Salai, took place where opposite to the collector's office, where it was led by TVK General Secretary Busi Anand and the election in charge secretary Adav Arjuna, prominently, where alongside a large number of protests also took place statewide. In front of all the collector offices in all districts, where secretaries and state administrators and volunteers who participated in this protest, the party leaders acting on the directive of, President, the Chief Vijay, TVK Vijay, condemned the lack of transparency from the Election Commission and accused the ruling party, DMK, of illegally interfering with booth-level officers to manipulate the voters' list, emphasizing that the TVK is fighting to ensure the fundamental right to vote for every citizen, especially first-time voters, and to secure a historic victory of their leader in 2026 assimilation. This was a major agenda in today's protest, Deepak.
And also, Toya, what prompted TVK to launch these protests, and has the Election Commission responded to TVK's allegations?
Well, like the DMK, which also stated that TVK missed out on all party meetings, and out of nowhere, suddenly TVK is coming out and protesting, but we'll have to wait and see. The Election Commission has not yet replied to what Vijay has stated.
That's right, Toya. The SIR process is the latest flashpoint in Tamil Nadu as well, where TVK is claiming that there are major lapses on the part of the Election Commission, but all eyes will be on how the EC will now respond.